Hi, my name is Henry, and in this video, I'll show you how to create a go-to-market strategy using a real product example. First, let's set up the context. What is a go-to-market strategy? A go-to-market strategy is a plan to bring your product to your target customers through the right channels. This should come after you've done your positioning and messaging. There are 3 steps in a go-to-market strategy: pre-launch, launch, and post-launch. At the pre-launch stage, your goal is to build awareness and credibility. You can do this by educating your target market. This way, you can build up an organic following that will 1. Beta test your product, and 2. Help spread the word when your product is live. At the launch stage, your goal is to drive user adoption. You can do this by announcing your launch across all of your organic channels and amplifying them with paid advertising. At the post-launch stage, your goal is to optimize and scale your channels. You want to scale down on the channels that aren't working, scale up on the channels that are working, and explore new channels to test. Now, let's apply this to a real product example. First of all, I just want to give a shout out to the founder who let me use his product as the example for this go-to-market video. Since this product hasn't launched yet, I'm going to keep the product fairly vague. Let's say I'm building a product to help children with learning disability read better. And the product is an app that makes reading fun through gamification. You can think of it as Duolingo for reading. Now I'm going to share screen and walk you through the process of building a go-to-market strategy for this product. The first thing I'll do is create a slide for each phase of the launch. We have phase 1, pre-launch, then we have phase 2, launch, and phase 3, post-launch. Next, I'll add a slide starting with pre-launch. And in this slide, I'll create a more detailed plan. First, I want to include objective. What is the goal of this launch? Then KPI. What is the success metric for this launch? And timeline. How long are we going to spend for this phase of the launch? Then I will create a table underneath listing out the channels that we'll be focusing on, the activity that we'll be doing for each channel, and the resources we need to execute. Then I'm just going to update the formatting, make the text a little smaller so we have more space. Now that we have the template, let's go ahead and fill everything in. Again, we're building an app to help children with learning disability read better. In this case, even though our users are children, our main target audience or buyers will be the parents. The objective at the pre-launch stage will be to build awareness and credibility, and we can do that through content sharing and community building. We can share out content to help parents understand how to help their children with learning disability read better. We can also create communities where we can educate the parents and facilitate discussions between the parents. For KPI, we can add a goal of 1,000 users in a Slack group that we're going to create because it's more impactful to have a community than a waitlist. In addition, let's aim for 10 influencer partners that we can work with to help spread the word. These people can be experienced parents, pediatricians, or teachers. Let's aim for a timeline of 3 months so we have ample time to build up our organic following. Let's move on to the table. When it comes to channels, I think most parents will search for a solution for a problem that their kid has. So we want to be optimizing for search, which includes both search on Google and search on YouTube. To do that, let's have a blog. Let's also have a YouTube channel. I think people also search on Quora for answers to their questions. So let's have a presence on Quora. The last 2 channels I'll add will be Facebook groups and Slack. There are many communities on Facebook that are parent focused that we can tap into, and we can create our own Slack community. Now that we have the channels listed, let's add the activities for each channel. We want to create a blog to educate parents on learning disability. Topics can include symptoms, diagnosis, solutions, best practices, and case studies. We can also invite influencers to guest blog. Call to action for this blog will be to sign up for newsletter and also join the Slack group. In terms of resources, we need WordPress, subject matter experts, and ChatGPT for copy review and SEO optimization. Next, we have YouTube. We can create a YouTube channel and repurpose blog content for video. We can also invite influencers to share advice. We need a video editor and ChatGPT to repurpose the blog content for video script. For core, we can answer questions related to learning disability, and we can just do all of this in-house. For Facebook groups, we can join 10 Facebook groups and really focus on adding value by sharing relevant and timely content from our blog and YouTube. The goal here is to build trust with the community organizer and the community itself. We can also do this in-house. We can create a Slack group and share advice with parents and facilitate conversations. We can also do this in-house. In summary, at the pre-launch stage, we're going to focus on building awareness and credibility by creating content and building communities. We're aiming for 1,000 users in the Slack group and partner up with 10 influencers. These are all of the channels and activities that we're going to execute. Now that we have this template, let's repurpose it for the launch stage. At the launch stage, the goal is to drive product adoption. We can do that by announcing via organic and amplifying via paid. We want to aim for 10,000 users, and the timeline here will be 1 month. We want to get the launch out there and start optimizing the launch after the product is live. In terms of the channels, there's organic, paid, Facebook groups, influencers, and PR. For organic, we can announce via organic channels, which includes our blog, YouTube, newsletter, Slack channel. And the resources here can just be in-house. For paid, we can amplify our announcements via search ads on Google and YouTube. So when someone's searching for terms like learning disability and reading, our product will show up. We can do this in-house and potentially Fiverr. So we can hire someone to help set up and manage the campaigns. For the Facebook groups, we can promote a product in Facebook groups. And the key here is to ask for permission first from organizers. This way, we are being respectful and increase the likelihood of our post getting approved. We can do this all in-house. Influencers, we can sponsor 10 influencers to create videos reviewing the product and sharing them on their social. That way, we get more reach through their social media following. We can also do this in-house. Finally, PR, we can post on Product Hunt, Reddit, and TechCrunch. We can do this in-house. Great, so this is our launch plan. Our goal is to drive product adoption. We do this by announcing on our organic channels that we've already built up and then amplifying them with paid. We're aiming for 10,000 users in 1 month. Let's go ahead and do the same for post-launch. At the post-launch stage, the main goal should be to optimize and scale to drive further product adoption. The KPI here, we can aim for something more aggressive, and the timeline could be 3 months. For the channels, there's really just 2, organic and paid. For organic, we want to scale up on 1 to 2 performing channels. So this can be our blog or YouTube. We also want to test 1 to 2 new channels. In this case, we can test TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or Snapchat. The resources here will be all done in-house, or we can hire someone on Fiverr to repurpose the content for those channels. For paid, we can do the same thing. We can scale up on 1 to 2 performing paid channels. This can be search ads or YouTube. We can test partnerships with pediatrician clinics or schools. This is an interesting approach because instead of selling to consumers directly, we can sell to businesses that have the most relevant consumer bases. and we can do this in-house. In addition, I like to include a small blurb about what we need to do on the product side post-launch, because it's not just about executing the go-to-market strategy, but taking feedback that we get from our customers to improve the product. I'll say product, start working on V2 with feedback from existing Slack community. This feedback can be either to improve existing product features or building complementary products. There you have it. We have a go-to-market strategy for this app. What I really like about this format is that it's easy to follow. At a quick glance, you can see there's 3 different phases, and within each phase, you can clearly see what the goal is, what your metric is, what your timeline is, and what channels you'll be leveraging, as well as the activity and resources. From a macro perspective, this means that it'll be easy for you to share with your stakeholders. It'll be easy for them to quickly understand what you're trying to do. And then ultimately, you'll be able to get more buy-in. There are 2 things I want to mention here. One is that go-to-market strategies will be different for B2C products and B2B products. With a B2C product, you will need to think more about growth hacking. Whereas with a B2B product, you will need to think more about sales enablement, because the sales cycle will be longer. The second thing I want to mention is that go-to-market strategies will be different at small companies and big companies. At small companies, you'll be able to launch pretty quickly without much internal prep. At large companies, you'll need to do more internal prep to drive internal alignment, because you need to do things at scale. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and let me know in the comments below on what kind of videos I should make next. Till next time, see you.